As you know, everybody that works on this show, well, everybody outside of Bubba, is a big soccer dork. Cerruti loves his Serie A Italian soccer. Nuno loves anything from Portugal, and I'm a big Man City fan. But the reason that I like soccer, well, it's because of my kids. But the reason that I like Man City is because I originally got into soccer through New York City Football Club, NYCFC. And so that makes me excited right now to have as my guest in studio MLS Commissioner Don Garber on the Will Cain Show. Thanks for being here, Commissioner.
It's great to be here. Well, I didn't know that story. So you became a Premier League fan after you became an MLS fan. I like that.
I became a soccer in general fan first because of my children. Because of guys you work with, like Dan Cortamash, I started showing up at NYCFC games, and I liked them. And I'm like, I need a Premier League team as well. Well, Man City owns half of NYCFC. I'm off and running. Yeah. And I like Powder Blue.
And it's hard not to like them. Success sort of begets sort of fan following.
Well, let's not make it look like I'm a bandwagon fan now. Yeah, I got in a little earlier than that. MLS Commissioner Don Garber here on the Will Cain Show. Let's start with success. Let's start with something that's really fascinating and unique in the world of sports, and that's the success you guys had with Atlanta United in this past year. It's really amazing. You guys go in, Arthur Blank, owner of the Falcons, owner of Atlanta United, set up a franchise in that town, and Mercedes-Benz Stadium, full of fans, 55,000, I believe, is the number of seat sales for Atlanta United. Just an absolute and utter success. Why? Why did the MLS work so well in Atlanta, and what lessons can you give to other owners from what happened there?
Well, I think it starts with the perfect storm of a very committed owner, a great stadium location, downtown Atlanta, and a market that was just starved for something that would bring them all together around a new thing. You have people coming from all over the country moving to Atlanta. It's a very diverse city. It's made up of people that are coming from other cities around the country, and they were looking for something, and that something was Atlanta United. It was launched well. It had a great brand. It had a wonderful coach that had international pedigree. They signed some top players. They played an exciting brand of soccer. And then the first games in Georgia Tech, 55,000 sold out. They move into the new stadium, and they had 7 games over 70,000. It's one of the highest attended teams in the world, or soccer teams in the world. So a lot of things worked right. Arthur Blank's vision was the start. What could other teams learn? You sort of have to have the proper kind of connection between your club and the community, the right stadium. You need to have a right, exciting brand of soccer, and ultimately success doesn't hurt for you, a Man City fan. So
no, it doesn't hurt. So that's lessons now. You have several expansion franchises coming on the way, right? You have Cincinnati this year.
Nashville and Miami coming in, Austin in 2021.
And you have one TBD, right?
We do?
What you going to tell me what that one is?
No, I'm not breaking it here, Will.
But what
I was thinking, why don't we do that, right? I just get some.
Where's yours? Where's this?
So, 2020, the 8th team will get selected sometime this year. But Cincinnati coming in, 25,000 season tickets. They're going to be off the charts. Nashville, Miami owned by David Beckham, and a bunch of local investors, including some international investors. And then Austin, which will be a real exciting club, that comes in 2021. So a lot of growth. And what could they learn from Atlanta? Local owners, the right stadium location, and getting everything right with what coach you hire, get the right team president in, engage in the community, build a good brand, have a couple of years to run up to it. And if you check those boxes, ultimately you should be successful.
I saw you give an interview where you said, based upon, I believe, fan research, market data, one of the things that MLS fans want to see is higher quality soccer, but against a marker. And you were talking about specifically Mexico. The fans would like to see American clubs compete well against Mexico.
Correct.
So is that measured in CONCACAF Champions League competitions?
Yeah,
Where is that?
It is, Will. And it's really interesting. Sports leagues, I think a lot of fans, your listeners think that, leagues just make these decisions because somebody thinks it's a good idea.
Right.
And ultimately, sports leagues are no different than any other business. You have to understand, you got to do research. You got to understand with data what your fans are looking for, because we're making those decisions is what's the makeup of our player pool? What should we advise our clubs to be thinking about if they want to be more relevant in their community? And our research says they want to see a higher quality of play as measured by how well they do against others. So maybe today that's Mexico. Maybe tomorrow it's against a top European club in the World Club Championship. Maybe it's somehow referentially compared to some other measure that fans can say, hey, this league is good enough because it did X on Saturday.
And you've got games tonight in CONCACAF Champions League, right?
We do.
So we'll see how it measures up against the Mexican League.
I keep my fingers crossed. I can't watch those games. Get too nervous.
Okay. All right. It's MLS Commissioner Don Garber here on the Will Cain Show. I appreciate the conversation. I appreciate you coming in.
Thank you, Will.